purpose for being here and being in life is really to be a part of solution to the ills of society. In life, we go through a lot of things emotionally, relationally, personally. And I recognize and come to recognize through my own life how fragile life can be. So, again, I've committed my life to being a part of the solutions and created this new format, Ask Todd. Ask Todd is about asking questions about relationships, whether intimate or personal, intimacy and sex, where we can get the real solutions and move forward and have a life worth celebrating. So thank you for being a part of this, and let's move forward. So today's question comes from Noni K, and the question is, how should new couples deal with transitioning out of the honeymoon phase? Well, let's see. Well, I think it should start to actually before the honeymoon phase. It starts with how you actually enter a relationship. Are we really prepared to be a relationship? Because if you think about it, society teaches you how to be a good student, society teaches you how to be a good professional, they teach you how to be soldiers and military people. No one actually teaches you how to be an intimate partner. You have pieces and parts, I have pieces and parts, we throw them together and hope for the best. That's an accident waiting to happen, if you ask me. So, therefore, I would like to encourage people to seek premarital counseling and to be open to developing personally and relationally. It's very important that you're self aware before you can really be in a relationship with someone. Reason being, that reason is that if you don't teach someone how to love you, you set yourself up to be mishandled. You set them up to fail, you set yourself up to be disappointed. But the more aware I am of myself and my wants, my desires, my challenges, and my strengths, the better I can find, the better I'm aware to find a complement with that. So through premarital counseling, even doing some individual counseling to just be self-aware would be important going into the relationship. Then the honeymoon phase is considered to be about a 2 year span where we'll go and we're just so enamored with each other. We look at life through the rose colored glasses. But in that, we have to also recognize that life is dynamic, not static. It's always changing. So therefore, there has to be room in within the relationship that we allow people to show up different. And as opposed to thinking different as in now I'm not emotionally safe or secure, but no, but begin to ask questions. Help me understand the shift. Help me understand the change and ask questions and also be comfortable enough to articulate within yourself how that change is impacting you. Because just because someone shifts and changes and it rubs you the wrong way, it's not like you just grin and bear it. What you do is you seek the clarity to understand it and then begin the dialogue of how it directly impacts you, that you come together and create an environment where you can both thrive and you both feel that you can be successful. Also, that it is important for you not to see your partner as an enemy in the midst of change. Too oftentimes, when we're disappointed, and sometimes it can be triggered by things that from our past that our partners don't know about, but we tend to respond to them as though they're the enemy. That we might want to be more mindful of. This is not the enemy. This is actually a person that I want to grow with, I want to build with, I want to sustain a healthy life with. So if we actually start from that place, it would put us in a position to ask questions, take ownership for your feelings and experience, and allow it to be a healthy dialogue. And even if you can't allow it to be a healthy dialogue in the moment, call time out. Hey, I need to get my mind right, for lack of a better way of saying it. Just get my mind right. So give me a few minutes, and I promise within 20 minutes or some reasonable period of time, I would like to be able to reach back out to you that we can be able to resolve this more effectively. So begin a dialogue so we can collectively achieve what we want to be and do collectively. Again, we don't want to be an adversarial. It's about us working together to remove the barriers that come between us. It's not us allowing the barriers to cause us to be combatants. Think about it this way. My perspective is that we're all traumatized people. Why do I say that? It goes very deep. It's not because of the heinous things that happen in life and not because of the isms. It's more about how we're reared in this society and in our culture. When you're a kid, you're supposed to be seen and not heard. When you get a little older, if you haven't said anything, if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. When you get a little older, you got to be politically correct. When does anybody say, connect to your own experience, value it enough to put a voice to it, and that the people around you love you enough to make a shift that you have inner peace. They don't. When do people say, connect to your own experience, value your own experience enough to put a voice to it, and that the people around you love you and care about you enough that you have inner peace? No, what we're taught, whether consciously or subconsciously, we have to go along to get along. And we try that for as long as we can, but we find ourselves having to be in relationship. Now, there's attachment theory basically tells us why this is the case. To simply explain attachment theory, basically says when a baby is born, doctor, nurse, midwife, doula, someone makes the baby cry. You give the baby to mama, mama holds baby, baby stops crying. Baby hasn't been around long enough to be trained. It's wired in our DNA that we're relational, but we want to be in a healthy, safe, secure relationship where we know that we're wanted, we're desired, that we're seen, that we're heard, that we matter. And again, there's 70 years of research to support that. So, however, given the complexities of how we're reared being traumatized, verbally and emotionally, we're stunted. When we're not taught to connect to our own experience and value it, we're not able to build a language to support what we're feeling and what we're experiencing. And then we're wondering why people can't hear us. It's because we haven't really clearly gone in and dug deep into what's really going on. It's not the things that are going on. We really respond to a feeling and an experience more so than words and environment. For example, I always silly and I pick on guys, get silly because on the basketball court, we can say I love you and it'd be okay. But if we were in a nightclub and I said I love you, it would be a different experience. But it's the same word, but it created a different feeling and experience. We respond to the feeling. Or if you say, hey, it's snowing outside in the middle of a sunny day, and they turn around and see the snow or whatever day, and then they say, boom, it's snowing. Where did the chill come from? The chill come from the last time you remembered being in the snow. It's not a real experience in the moment, but we're reacting to it. And therapeutically, we say sometimes when we have triggers, we respond to the new person as though they were the original person. It kind of throws us back. But there are ways to correct this. There are ways to solve this by connecting to your own experience in real time moments, being present, or a term that I've coined, present, honest, sincere in every moment, which I teach every day in my office, such that that will begin to take ownership for your experience and put you in a position to begin to ask questions for clarity, because our perception is not always the other person's truth. Before you switch over to something else, I'd like you to like the video. I'd also like you to subscribe to my channel. Also take the opportunity to acknowledge the notification bell that you can be notified every time there's a new Ask Todd. Again, please feel free to ask your questions, sending me an email, Facebook, on my Facebook page, on Instagram, or even give my office a call. I look forward to the next time we get to connect. Bye for now, and talk to you soon.